What if I told you that your bones, those silent, solid structures within you, are in fact listening to your every move and moment of stillness? They are not lifeless scaffolding. They are living, dynamic tissues, perpetually reshaping themselves in response to how you live. Here is the truth that most people over 50 are never told. Your bones can grow stronger, denser, and more resilient at any age. This isn't a matter of genetics or luck, but of something far more direct and powerful: targeted movement. Consider this. Astronauts, in peak physical condition, can lose up to 20% of their bone density after returning from space. The reason is simple: an absence of gravity, of resistance, of the daily stresses our bones require. But this is precisely what you have the power to change. Today, we will explore the profound science of bone adaptation, revealing how the right kinds of exercise don't just maintain your skeleton, but actively remodel it from the inside out. This goes far beyond calcium and casual walks. This is the conversation your bones have been waiting for you to start, especially if you are in your 50s, 60s, or beyond. Stay with me, and you will never think of your bones in the same way again. Before we begin, I would love to know who I'm speaking with. Feel free to share your name and where you're joining from in the comments below. 1. Your bones are alive and they are paying attention. We tend to imagine our skeletons as inert structures, set in stone from a young age. The truth, however, is far more fascinating and empowering. Your bones are vibrantly alive, constantly adapting to the narrative of your life. Every time you stand, walk, lift groceries, or even sit for extended periods, your bones are taking note. They respond to the forces placed upon them, either reinforcing themselves to meet the challenge or slowly diminishing in its absence. This isn't mere theory. It's biology in motion. The astronaut's experience in zero gravity is a dramatic example. Without the pressure of gravity, their bones receive no signal to remain strong. Now, think of the modern-day lifestyle for many over 50. More time spent sitting, driving, and in front of screens. This cumulative stillness creates a kind of microgravity right here on Earth. But herein lies the good news. Your bones are just as attentive when you move with purpose. A brisk walk, a lifted weight, a challenged muscle. These all send a clear message. Strong bones are still required here. Your skeleton is not a static blueprint, but a living chronicle of your movements. And starting today, it can begin to tell a new story of renewal and growing strength. 2. Your bones don't just get denser, they intelligently remodel. It's a common misconception that strengthening bone simply means making it denser. The reality is far more elegant. Your bones don't just get stronger, they become smarter. Deep within your hips, spine, and the long bones of your limbs lies a remarkable structure called trabecular bone. It is not a random, spongy mass, but a marvel of internal engineering. Under a microscope, you would see a delicate lattice of tiny beams, like the scaffolding of a skyscraper, aligned perfectly along the lines of stress your body experiences. This means your bones are literally remodeling their internal architecture based on how you use them. When you jump, these beams align to absorb the impact. When you lift, they thicken to resist the tension. And when you remain sedentary, they begin to quietly dissolve. Your body is building bespoke support structures, just as a wise architect would reinforce a bridge where it bears the most load. So, when you engage in resistance training or climb a set of stairs, you're not just working your muscles, you are instructing your bones to lay down new supports and fortify their inner design. This remarkable adaptability continues throughout your life. At 55, 65, or even 85, your skeleton is always ready to respond. The question then is not whether bone loss is inevitable, but rather, are you giving your bones a compelling reason to grow? 3. Why walking isn't enough and what your bones truly crave. Walking is a cherished activity, wonderful for the heart, mood, and joints. But a crucial truth is often overlooked, especially after 50. For your bones, walking alone may not be enough. Let me explain. When you walk, your body experiences a push, a compressive force as gravity presses down with each step. This is helpful for maintaining baseline bone density. However, it often lacks the intensity needed to stimulate new bone growth, particularly in the hips and spine, where fractures are most common. Your bones also crave a pull, a tensile force that occurs when your muscles contract and tug on them through tendons. This is the magic of resistance training. Think of squats, push-ups, or even lifting a gallon of milk with intention. That pulling action activates a deeper remodeling process. Better still, many movements provide both forces at once. A simple step up onto a stair involves your leg pushing against gravity, compression, while your muscles pull on the femur, tension. This combination is the secret language of bone growth. If your routine consists solely of casual walking, you may be maintaining but not upgrading your skeletal strength. To truly safeguard your independence and posture, your bones need a challenge. Not pain, but an intentional progressive load that sends a clear directive. We are not finished. It is time to build again. 4. Strong muscles, strong bones. The secret of tensile force. Here is a truth that bridges the gap between muscular and skeletal health. Your muscles are not merely the engine of your body. They are the architects of your bones. Every time you contract a muscle, it pulls on the bone it's attached to, creating that powerful tensile force. This sends a signal deep into the bone tissue. Reinforcement is needed in this area. This mechanical stress is precisely what awakens the osteoblasts, the master builder cells responsible for laying down fresh, new bone. It doesn't require extreme fitness. A bicep curl causes the tendon to tug on your forearm bone. A squat makes your glutes and thighs pull powerfully on your femur and pelvis. Even moderate resistance, performed consistently, provides the stimulus your skeleton needs. Consider muscle and bone as lifelong partners in a dance. When one falters, the other follows. But when one strengthens, the other is compelled to rise to the occasion, adapting, regrowing, and reinforcing. If you've focused only on cardio or flexibility, you're missing a key to long-term skeletal integrity. Your muscles are messengers, delivering a daily memo to your bones that says, "Stay strong, stay dense. We still have work to do." And the most beautiful part is that even after 50, 60, or 70, your muscles can still speak this language, and your bones are still listening. 5. The cellular dance within your bones and how you can lead. Deep within your bones, a silent, perpetual dance of creation and dissolution is taking place. On one side, you have osteoblasts, the meticulous builders laying down new, resilient bone. On the other, osteoclasts, the demolition crew, clearing away old or damaged tissue. In a healthy system, this balance is perfect. But after age 50, particularly in women, that balance can begin to tip. As estrogen levels decline, osteoclast activity can accelerate while the builders struggle to keep pace, resulting in a net loss of bone. Silent, gradual, and often unnoticed until a fracture occurs. But here is where hope resides. Purposeful exercise can change the tempo of this dance. Physical stress, especially from resistance, is a powerful activator of osteoblasts. It tells your body that reinforcement is not just an option, but a necessity. Even in a hormonally challenged environment, this signal cuts through. Every squat and every curl is not just a muscular effort. It is a cellular decree. The work of building must continue. You don't need to memorize biological terms. Simply remember this: purposeful movement builds. Prolonged inactivity allows for decay. In the delicate balance within your bones, you hold more influence than you ever imagined. A practical path forward. If you are over 50, you still possess tremendous influence over your bone health. The path forward is clear and actionable. Begin by incorporating resistance exercises 2 to 3 times per week. This can include bodyweight movements like squats and wall push-ups or the use of resistance bands. These create the essential tension your bones need. Add balance-focused activities such as single-leg stance or Tai Chi to improve stability and prevent falls. Nourish this renewal from the inside out by ensuring you have enough protein, calcium, and vitamin D, the raw materials for rebuilding. And remember, progress is born not of grand, infrequent gestures, but of small, consistent actions. Even 20 minutes a day sends a powerful signal. At 50, 60, or even 80, it is not too late. Your bones are listening. Now is the time to speak to them through movement. Conclusion. Your skeleton, your story, still being written. Your skeleton is not a static monument to your past, but a living, breathing testament to your present. It is responsive, adaptive, and attuned to every choice you make. Whether you have been active your whole life or are just now returning to movement, know this: you have not missed your window of opportunity. The science is clear. Even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, your bones retain their ability to grow stronger. You can still send the message that this body is in use and requires reinforcement. Every intentional movement communicates to your very framework that you are still building, still exploring, still living a life in motion. So, the next time you stand up from a chair or go for a walk, remember that you are not just maintaining your health. You are actively writing the next chapter of your physical story. If these words have resonated with you, I would be honored to hear your thoughts. Your story might just be the inspiration someone else needs. And if you are ready to continue this journey of learning and rebuilding, I invite you to subscribe. Your bones are still listening. What will you tell them today?